Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Nina. Nina is from Denmark, Germany, and she lives in Madrid, in Spain. So let's see what Nina has to say. Enjoy the interview. So tell me, Nina, how are you today?
I'm great. And you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's going very well. I went for a run in the morning, and what else did I do? Then I sent a package because my son, he started selling a lot of stuff on the internet, and then now he's on holidays, and now I'm sending his packages. So it's an extra job.
Oh, that's sweet. And what's the biggest joy of being a mom?
Uh, that's hard to say. Um, Well, having him, there every morning and seeing him grow up, seeing him mm, evolve into this beautiful human being that
Wow.
that you can actually, it's amazing to have this person next to you that you can actually have, some influence on how he becomes, if he becomes a good person, if he takes his studies seriously, if he becomes a good friend. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, that's beautiful.
And where are you from, Nina?
I'm from Denmark and Germany. I mean, I grew up in Denmark and my mother is German.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of grew up with both cultures.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went to Spain when I was 20 and stayed in Spain. So now I'm a mix.
Wow. And
Yeah.
where about in Spain are you based?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Yes, sure. Where's about in Spain are you based?
In Madrid.
And what do you like the most about living in Madrid?
Well, it's a great city. It has like everything you can imagine, and there are also new things popping up all the time. Also, I live a bit outside of Madrid,
Hmm.
and I have the mountains really close to where I live.
Wow.
Love that, and also the air is better than downtown Madrid. So yeah, I love being able to go to the mountains, in I don't know, 15, 20 minutes I'm there, and then I can go hiking or I can bike there or yeah. And I don't mind if it's raining or snowing or whatever because since I grew up in Denmark and we're used to the weather not being that stable as in Madrid, I don't mind. I just
Wow.
enjoy being in nature.
And why Spain? Why the change from Denmark to Madrid?
Um, well, I actually it's a weird story because I have been living in France and I was 17 back then. And when I was living in France, the high school where I was studying,
Uh-huh.
they made a trip to Spain, to Salamanca, and I got really fascinated about Spanish culture in general.
Wow.
And then when I started university, I started studying Spanish at the university. And then in Denmark back then, I'm not sure how it is now, but back then it was very common for people just to go 1 or 2 years abroad. And then I
Yeah.
decided to go to Spain. But my
Wow.
idea was to come back. But I liked it so much that I just decided to stay.
Fun enough, I used to live in Portugal before, and one of my first trips went to Salamanca, actually, where they had the university. It's very
Oh,
famous for,
really?
yes, I remember like visiting with two friends of mine. And yeah, I love Spain as well. I think Madrid. I spent Christmas in Madrid last year actually with a
Oh,
friend.
really? Nice.
Yeah, I have a great friend of mine. He's Spanish from Madrid, and she's Brazilian. So they've been together for years. So they used to live in London, and they just bought a house in Madrid. So they are back in Madrid now. And I
Okay.
went for Christmas with them. So it was amazing.
Nice, nice. Also, people are really nice in Madrid.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, it's very easy to make new friends.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I believe let's start the interview talking about your career. I believe you are an actress.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit how everything started.
Well, that's also a funny story because I knew since I was a little girl that I wanted to be an actress, but my parents were very much against it. They said I could do it as a hobby, but not as a profession. And I wasn't rebellious, so I just did what they suggested for me to do. And then, actually, during lockdown, I decided to stop working where I was working and become a coach. So I think my actress dream was very suppressed still in my subconscious.
Wow.
And but I somehow like allowed myself to become a coach. And then I actually a bit later I had this coaching session where I talked about achieving your dreams, and I just spontaneously, as an example, said, uh, for instance, I wanted to be an actress when I was a little girl, and I was like, what? What? Why are you sitting here being a coach then? You know, it's like I thought that while I was saying it. And that same summer, I said, okay, then if that's my dream, obviously I have to go for that dream. And I knew it was my dream because I knew since I was a little girl.
Wow.
And yeah, so I just started studying to become an actress, and that's what I've been doing since then, and I love it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think when your passion is there, that's it. You cannot run away of it. You just need to
Mhm.
explore. You need somehow find a way for you to, to put in the activity. You need to do it. It's part of you. So I get it.
Exactly, exactly.
Amazing. By the way, I'm saying your name right, Nina. Yes?
Yes.
Perfect. Nina, in the beginning of the interview, I always ask my guests on the show to bring something that means a lot to them. So that could be a gift, a picture, an object. Is anything you can share with us?
Yes. This My son made that for me. Oh, I don't know if you can see it well.
I can see. Yeah, I can see well.
Okay.
Wow. So what's
It's
that?
it says "moi," which is mom in Danish.
Oh, sweet.
And we actually don't speak, I mean, lately we do speak a bit more of Danish together, but it has been a bit crazy with our languages because his dad is Spanish and I'm Danish German and we live in Spain. So I was like, how are we going to make this work for him not to get very confused? And I actually decided, or we decided, his dad and I, that I should speak English with him since he was born, I spoke English with him. And then we decided for him to go to a school where they have a lot of German lessons because it's a very difficult language. So it was like, it's better that he learns that in school so he gets the grammar right and everything. And then like Danish was kind of the last priority. And later on, I've been feeling a bit sad about that because I mean, I grew up in Denmark. I feel very strongly about Denmark, and yeah, so that's actually the language he doesn't know that well yet. I mean, he can speak it and he also understands, but he has kind of an accent still
Oh,
and makes mistakes, but it's fine. It will come. I know that he's also very good at languages and it will come. But I mean, it's kind of this thing that we're working on now for his Danish to get better, and that's why I think he made this drawing for me for Mom's Day, and I was very touched. Also because it takes a lot of time to do a drawing like that. It's not like 2 minutes. So I appreciate it. Also because he's already a teenager, and normally teenagers will not, spend that much time making a gift for their mom. So I feel really lucky, that
oh,
he's
that's so
so
sweet.
nice. Yeah.
Very sweet. And actually, so M-O-R,
Yeah.
I'm sure you know, but if you add A, is amor, which means love in Portuguese.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, like in Spanish.
yeah, it's like more, but if you put A, it's fake amor. So
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
beautiful what you
yeah,
just said. I never thought of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
so it's beautiful.
totally.
When I saw M-O-R, I was like, there's something beautiful about it. Amazing.
True.
Nina, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Sure.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Yay.
So I have here my best friend. Random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, before I start the interview, during the join, if it comes up a question that maybe you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can take another one, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Amazing. First question is, oh, nice question. What does love mean to you?
Oof, wow. Uh, to me, love is not only a love, love in a relationship with another, like with a partner. For me, it's also the love I feel for my son, for my friends, for my parents, for my brothers. I have two brothers that I love a
Oh,
lot. And and it's also, I mean, if in the broader sense, like um I mean, the love that I could feel towards humankind in general. I mean, because I think, I don't know, also this tendency that there is lately in society that people get more selfish in general.
mhm.
Um, I think that's kind of, the opposite of this love, towards people in general. And I think it's important that we remember that love is a very wide concept, really, and it can be anything, just a kind gesture towards somebody you see on the street who needs help, or anything, that it's a very wide concept, and I think it's important to, yeah, to remember that.
Yeah, great answer. I think love is the same as well. I think nowadays we say, I love you a lot, but sometimes it just became very a normal thing to do. You know what I mean? Like to say, sorry, to say like, oh, I love you, but I love that, oh, I love this, which is of course a great. But sometimes when you say really, I love you, with this passion, with this feeling,
Yeah,
it's great. You know, I think it's, and you don't make it up. It's just a natural feeling when you have these butterflies in your tummy or in your chest or in your mind. It's a great place to be. So I get it. Yeah.
definitely. And also, I would like to add that I think another thing that we often forget is the love we should feel if we have a good relationship with ourselves, that we should feel for
100%.
ourselves.
100%. The first one is I'll love ourselves first. So you're gonna be
Yes.
able to love others if you
Yeah.
start doing this for sure.
Yes.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Nina, next question for you is, define yourself in a season of the year and why.
Oof. Spring, definitely.
Why is that?
Because I'm always blooming, because I I have so many ideas and so many passions, and I love exploring. That's
Wow.
also one thing that I love about my son, that to see him grow up, because kids, they love new things and they love to
Yeah.
explore, and I just feel just like him in that sense, that for instance, sometimes, I mean, we sometimes go biking together, and we also, when we bike, we love to explore new paths that we don't know. It's like, oh, we don't know that one, and then we go discover that path. And that's how I feel about life in general. I mean, that's why I think I'm like spring, because I love to do new things and I love to try new things.
Wow. Is your birthday around springtime or not?
Now it's in January.
I see. No, I'm just asking that because somebody told me once that we feel very connected with the
Mhm.
season when you're born. And for me, it makes all sense because I love the autumn. There is just,
Mhm.
I know some people, they go like, oh my God, no, it's a bit gray, but I love the, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, it's like cozy. And of course, back in Brazil, we didn't have the whole season, so it was hot all the time. So the first time when I arrived in Europe and I saw the autumn, I was like, oh, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? And my birthday is
Yeah.
November. So for me, it works really well, like this concept. So yeah. But
Wow.
spring, there's a beauty. Every season, there's a beauty behind. I think
Yeah.
there's always, even the winter time, there's always a beautiful message behind. And saying that, what's the biggest joy of being Nina? What do you like the most about being you?
Well, the answer is gonna be a bit boring, sorry, but I think it's what I just said before. I think it's the part that I never stop exploring and trying new things, because like that, life is just so exciting, because
Totally.
there's something new going on all the time. I mean, if I go to a restaurant, I will always try the dish that I have never tried before, and I will always go and have a look at the street that I've never walked on, and like that, there's also always something new in life, you know? So
Wow.
I think, yeah, I think it's lucky to be like that.
And you've always been this way?
Yes.
Wow, amazing. Okay, next question. Let's do it. Mina, before the next question, what's the biggest joy of acting? What do you like the most about it?
Oof, well, to step into somebody else's shoes, I guess.
Hmm.
To try to be another person. And it's also interesting to try to be another person depending on the genre, because if it's a comedy, you're being a person in a different way than if you're in a drama. So it's also interesting. So
And
yeah.
how, yeah.
No, 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 tell me.
And for you, of course, being from Denmark or Germany and, living in Spain, you have an English, there's Spanish language. How do you find your auditions or your connection with the arts or with the community? Do you find easy or do you find it quite difficult because of the language? How do you see that based on your experience?
No, I think it's very easy. I mean, I'm lucky. I kind of got from my mom, who's very good at languages. I kind of got that skill. So, I mean, I speak English, Spanish, Danish, German, French fluently, and and that
Wow.
yeah, and it makes me very easy. It makes it very easy for me to do auditions in many languages, and that also gives me a lot of opportunities. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Mom.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, that I mean that makes it easy in general, also because I have this positive mindset that always makes me think that anything is an opportunity. So even though
Wow.
an audition doesn't go as I expected, I always think of what I can learn from it. And then often I also meet new people there in the waiting room before the audition, and it's also nice. So I don't know. I always get something good out of whatever I do.
And for you, when you are thinking, usually you are thinking Danish or the Spanish or English. How do you like? What's the most of the more normal time for you to when you're thinking and you catch yourself thinking about something?
Yeah, that's the typical question I get also from also people ask, in which language do you dream? Um, and actually what I found out is that if I have just been talking with my partner, for instance, who is Spanish, then I'm thinking in Spanish. Or if I have just been watching something like, I don't know, a Spanish TV show, then I'm also thinking in Spanish. But if I've just been talking with you, for instance, then I'm thinking in English. But if I've just been talking to my mom, I speak German with her, then I'm thinking in German. And I think that's how it works. It's like
Oh,
I think like I don't know, maybe there's some language rails inside my head, and it's like I'm like things are, driving on that rail, and then as soon as I don't know, there's some influence from the outside that makes me,
I
switch to a different rail, then my thoughts also switch rails. So I guess that's how it works.
And which language do you speak the less or maybe the least? Like you don't use a lot, and you find somehow more difficult to remember some words or a bit of grammar.
Mm,
There's anything?
yeah, that would be French.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
because
very
I've lived in France, so I speak French very, very well. I mean, I sound like a French person, but it's true that since I don't use it that much, I mean, I try to keep it alive with, watching series in French and reading books in French and also audiobooks, because I know how important it is to keep a language alive like that, because if not, you just lose it. But and I also have friends with whom I speak French, so that's also a way to keep it alive. But it is like of all the languages I speak, it's the one that I speak, I mean, a bit less than the others.
I see. Okay. Next question for you is, what should you do if time were frozen for 24 hours?
What would I do if time froze for 24 hours?
Yeah.
Um, But I'm not sure I understand the question. So if the time freezes, then it's like everything around me freezes, but I can do what I want.
Yeah, you still like normal.
Okay, but like all the people around me freeze, everything. Okay.
Everything's frozen.
I'm getting some really stupid thoughts. Um, I don't know. It's gonna sound really stupid, but I mean, I guess like maybe some crazy shit that you would never do in your life, like taking off all your clothes and dancing around naked or something, because you're like, since nobody's seeing me anyway, I can just do whatever I want. Um, I don't know.
That's it.
That was the
That's
first thing that came to my mind, but just because it's really stupid. But I don't know.
but
I would also make a lot of noise. I'm just thinking of things you can do when nobody's watching and nobody's listening. You can also shout a lot. So I would probably go, or I don't know, stand in the middle of Madrid somewhere and just shout and sing and do all sorts of crazy stuff. I guess if the people are frozen about around me, it would just be funny because I would see them, but they wouldn't see me, they wouldn't hear me, and I would just be shouting and singing and dancing.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I think I would just do a lot of crazy stuff, that you can never do in real life.
What's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
Wow, that's deep. Um, the meaning of life is to grow.
Mhm.
Definitely. To grow as a person, that's the meaning of life for me. To become a better person, to learn how to get more out of life,
Yeah.
to become a better person for the people around me, and to contribute with whatever I can.
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
Mm, I don't know. I've learned so many things. I don't know which one to choose, but I mean, I think what I also mentioned a bit before of even though I'm in a situation that seems very difficult, always to try to learn something from it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think life's talking to us every day, every moment, every situation. I think
Mm.
there's always a message behind, or life is challenging us. Even when you're happy, when
Yeah.
you're happy, there's always something there. Life is okay. Let's see if you're gonna learn something out of it, or when you're sad, or when you are feel challenged for some reason. So I
Yeah.
think there's message all the time. Life is
Yeah.
always there with us, and I think it's, as you said, about growing. I think that's the meaning about growing every day and become a better person, and knowing that we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna, you know, it's again, it's about growing. It's about life gives opportunities for us to grow from every situation we go through, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
So,
Sorry.
bless you.
Thank you.
In Denmark, when people sneeze, what they say, like bless you, how do they say in Danish?
They say prosit, which actually comes from Latin. Because
Pusit.
yeah, prosit. Yeah,
Huh?
and I know that it's the same in Latin. And why Danish people use a Latin word for that, I guess it's like historical from a long, long time ago when
Uh-huh.
some people spoke Latin.
I see.
Still,
Pusit.
prosit, yeah.
3 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Hey Nina, next question for you is
Yay.
where are you planning to go for your next holidays?
To Denmark. Yay.
Hey.
Yeah, actually I'm going next week.
When you think about Denmark, about your roots, about where everything started, where you think, I'm sure your childhood, there are a lot of memories there.
Mm.
So what do you miss the most about it, the whole culture about Denmark? And what for you, of course, besides maybe your family, or but there's something about the country, about the culture, that's for you, when you think about, you go like, oh my god, I miss that. There's something you could share.
Yes. I miss being able to bike wherever I want. Because in Denmark, you can just take your bike and like, there are bike lanes everywhere. So you can just go anywhere you want by bike. And in Madrid, it's not like that at all.
Right.
Like in Madrid, the chances of dying are quite big
Wow.
if you want to bike every day anywhere, because there are no bike lanes in most of the places.
Wow.
So, and I grew up biking anywhere I went, so I really missed that. But I
Wow.
can't really do anything about it. So, I mean, at least I live in a place now where it's a bit easier to bike than in downtown Madrid.
Hmm.
Because I mean, even though now in Madrid they have organized things in a way that many like lanes that are actually for cars, they have this bike symbol on them, but it's really dangerous because you're driving there together with the cars.
Oh my God. Like London. It's like London, we have the line, like the cycle line, but
Mhm.
sometimes you need to cross between those big junction and it's a bit scary. It's like, oh my God, you know?
Okay, but at least you have a bike lane. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, lots
yeah.
everywhere. Yeah, absolutely.
But in Madrid, it's like, okay, this is then the lane where you go together with the cars. And I'm like, okay, I don't know.
What's the biggest difference between, the Spanish and the Danish culture? Like, what's the biggest one, and what's the biggest similarity between both cultures?
I think, okay, I'm gonna start with the similarity. I think the biggest similarity is that both the Danes and the Spanish people are, um, I don't know how to describe it. They are like, uh, easy to talk with. There's,
Approachable, like approachable.
yeah, exactly, approachable. There's this goodwill of, hey, you start talking with anybody and people are nice, both in
Yeah,
Denmark and in Spain. So, and I really appreciate that in both places. And and yeah, the biggest difference is something that I think is really funny, and I joke a lot about it with my partner. I actually joked about it this morning, that Spanish people say whatever is on their mind.
wow.
And Danish people don't. Danish people are like more, they're kind of selecting which thoughts they will express and which thoughts they will just keep to themselves. But Spanish
Right.
people are just like whatever they're thinking, it just comes out.
Interesting. Oh, I love it.
And I really like it. I really appreciate it coming from a culture where people are, more selective with what they say because to me it seems very spontaneous, very natural. It's also true that for me, sometimes with certain people, it can become a bit too much because I'm like, I
Yeah,
also need my moments of silence.
of
And so,
course.
and I also need my moments of feeling that I have room to talk because some people talk that much that is like, that I'm like, okay,
Overwhelming.
when is the moment where I can also say something? So yeah, that's kind of a big difference. But I don't think one thing is better than the other. It's just different.
As well. But fun enough, I'm from Brazil. We could speak Portuguese, and it's very similar to Spanish. But I have the impression as well that Spanish they talk very fast, literally like it's like you know what I mean. I get it. So I get your point. I think the way they talk, the way it's literally very very fast. So it come across as well when I hear Spanish. It's very similar to Portuguese.
Hmm.
So it's very fast the way they talk. So I get it. You're completely right on that. Two questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, before the next question, tell me three names in the movie industry that's you always been inspired by, or maybe would you like to work with them one day? So tell me three names.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow.
I think he's an amazing actor.
Wow.
Really, really amazing. He's very, very talented. And there's a Spanish film director whose name is Bayona. I would love to work with him. He's the one that made this movie called A Monster Calls. I don't
Okay.
know if you've watched it. It's yeah, he has and also mm, mm, let me think. Now I have to select. Um, let me see. It would also be interesting to work with. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Sorry, I'm answering a bit slow now.
It's okay. You are talking. You are thinking in Danish now. That's why.
Yes, exactly. So yeah. Um, I guess I would like also to work, with a really famous American director, such as, Spielberg or Woody
Just
Allen.
one. Just one.
No, of course I would, but I mean, have to. You said that's why I have to select, right? That's what you mean by just
Yeah,
one.
three.
Okay.
Just three names. So Leonardo DiCaprio,
Spielberg.
Spielberg. Okay.
Yeah.
So now the question is gonna be a bit tougher now, more difficult. Okay.
Okay.
One day you're gonna wake up in the morning having three missed calls on your phone from those three names you just mentioned now: Leonardo DiCaprio, Steven Spielberg, and the Spanish one. Which one you're gonna call back straight away? Which one you're gonna send a message, I'll call you back later? And the third one, you don't call back, you just ignore them for now. I know it's a mean question.
Okay. I'm gonna call Bayona straight away.
Wow.
Yeah, because I would really, really like to work with him.
Wow.
And I would ignore Leonardo DiCaprio because he's a wonderful actor but I don't think he's gonna get me a job.
You are so clever.
Strategy.
Strategy, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and Spielberg, because yeah, I don't know because I don't know what his next movie will be like, and maybe I'm not sure that I will like it, but I somehow have this idea that with Bayona, I will like any movie that he makes.
Wow. I like your answer. Amazing. Leonardo DiCaprio is watching this interview, okay? Just let you know, okay?
Okay.
Next question is, what's the scariest thing that happened to you?
The scariest thing
That happened to you.
that thinking that I lost my son
Wow.
because yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest fear any mom can have. I mean, I didn't think I had lost him forever, but he got lost in a shopping center and I
Oh my
had
gosh.
no clue where he was. And I found him after some time in another shop crying because he had gone to this other shop, but
Oh,
he hadn't said he was going to go there, so we didn't know where he was. And then I just, randomly found him there after a while, and he was just crying. And I was like,
oh
and I
my
was like,
God.
oh my God. I started crying too because it was just this weird situation of, and he didn't want to escape. He just, I don't know what he thought when he went there. And I hadn't seen when he left. So, yeah,
Wow. I'm sure during this time was the longest period of, oh my God, it took like a lifetime, like for you to,
exactly.
oh my God, I can imagine. Wow, very scary.
Yeah.
Besides your son, of course, and your husband, tell me a person in your life that, sometimes when you're feeling a bit low for some reason or melancholic, or maybe you're feeling the greatest, you're feeling happy, and you feel like, oh my God, I need to share those news, or I feel like I need to open up a little bit just to ask advice, or maybe to have a chat, so which person comes to your mind?
Lucy, my friend
Oh,
Lucy. Yes, she's a great friend. She's Spanish, but she has been living in the States and Canada and in Belgium. So we're like very alike because we have been living in different countries. We also, I don't know, we're also very alike as people, and she is like never judgmental, and she's so open-minded and so nice, so I just feel I can talk to her about anything.
okay, so Lucy is watching this interview right now, and you have a moment and opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching. Would you like to say in Spanish first and not to say in English, just for me to
No,
hear?
because actually we speak English together.
Okay, so you can say
Yeah.
in English. Okay.
Okay, Lucy, thank you for being the world's best friend. I love you so much.
Oh, sweet, very sweet. Love it. Last question. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last one. But before the last question, Nina, tell me, I'm sure for your career you have some situations that was special. You connect with people, you learn a lot as an actress. But there is a moment so far that when you think about it, you go like, you know what, this moment or this situation or this casting or this, could be anything that you hold close to your heart.
Mm. Oof, that's hard to say. I mean, to me, the best moments have been when I have actually prepared scenes together with others. Because, a lot of, being an actor or actress, you spend a lot of time alone actually, because, you prepare auditions alone and then you do the audition alone. Well, it depends, not right? And it depends if there is another person in the scene and you need somebody to say the other lines. But still it's kind of, okay, then maybe you have somebody telling you the other lines over Zoom, but it's still kind of impersonal. So yeah, for me, I like the memories that I have closest to my heart are these memories of when I studied to become an actress, and you would have, the time to sit hours with other actors and really prepare a scene at another level, and the making jokes part and having fun and laughing, and because there's not this pressure of, okay, and then this becomes an audition and then you have to do it the best, you have to do it well. It's just like you do it to become a better actor, and then I don't know, I just remember enjoying that process a lot.
I see. All right. Next
Mm.
question is, tell us about one of the kindest situation you have witnessed in your life.
Kindest.
One of the kindest situation you have witnessed in your life.
Mm. Mm. Well, one of the kind of situations that I am witnessing every day is that my partner is supporting me 100%
Wow,
in my,
that's powerful.
yeah, in my choice of becoming an actress, because like, I think I appreciate that so much, because most people during my life have not been supporting me in this dream,
Mhm.
and that's why I really, really appreciate it. And he keeps on repeating how much he supports me, even
Oh,
though, it's a career that often is complicated, and especially money wise.
of course.
So yeah, I just really appreciate that he supports me so much.
How did your path cross for the very first time, if you can share?
With my partner,
Yeah.
well, it was over, I was completely against these apps for getting to know people, but after trying, I don't know, normal ways for
Yeah.
a while. Sorry.
Okay.
Um, one of my friends said, Nina, come on, don't be narrow-minded. I mean, try one of these apps, it might work. So I signed up for this app called Meetic, and yeah, and then I just started getting to know people, and there was like, I wasn't really fond of anyone. And then when it was just about to expire, I got to know this guy who is now my partner, and we just connected really well. And we also found out that we had signed up exactly the same day.
Oh my God.
Yes, that
I
was
love
crazy. That's one of these things where you think, is that really, a coincidence, or
well,
was that the universe, or I don't know what it was. But we had signed up for 6 months, both of us, and we had signed up on exactly the same day. So that was really funny.
I have no doubt that the universe was already connect you from there. From that day, I'm sure from that day it was all connected. Goosebump. I've got goosebump now. I think it's yeah, those situations just there are so many situations in life that when you think about, like, my God, how's possible that?
Yeah.
How it's just a coincidence, but there is something behind for sure. I believe in that.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, very sweet. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. I'm going to say some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Okay, quick thinking. Let's start with money,
Abundance,
fear,
growth,
family,
Love.
Life.
Experiences.
Religion.
Faith.
Love.
Passion.
Sex.
Tax.
Sex. Yeah.
Oh, I heard tax. Sex, also passion.
Okay. Politics.
Interests.
Friendship.
Mm, also love.
Desire.
I'm not gonna say passion again, it's gonna be really boring. um, Need.
Okay. Regret.
Lesson.
Success.
Effort.
Wish.
Faith.
Happiness.
Joy.
One word from Madrid.
Sun.
Of course. One word for Denmark.
Coziness.
Wow. And the last one now, acting, one word.
Fulfillment.
Wow. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your husband for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, define Nina in one positive and one negative word only. What he would say about you?
The positive would probably be that I'm very kind.
Mm-hmm.
And the negative would be that sometimes I'm a bit chaotic. Not in the things I do, but like maybe I don't, clean up the bedroom or some stuff like that.
It's a forgetting things, like little things. I forget
No, I
sometimes.
don't forget them. It's just that I don't care that much. I mean, I see like some clothes on the chair, and he will be like, okay, and he's a bit more organized. So he's like, he will pick it up and fold it and put it to wherever he has to put it, and I will be looking at it for 5 days and saying, I will do it in the weekend.
I love your honesty. I love your honesty. Amazing. Okay. Let's play now, Nina, in the matchbox, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Nina, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. What was your childhood dream?
My God, what a great question. I love the question. My God. As a child, Nina, I love my childhood. Growing up in the 90s, like late 80s, 90s, for me, I think there was no mobiles, there's no technology. I think it was I'm so lucky too that I had experienced that as a child because I was free. Literally, I was literally free. As we talk about nature back in Brazil, I was surrounded by nature, by animals. I was literally like, it was such a great experience. As a dream, I got a dream as a child. I've been a dreamer, like literally. I've always been a dreamer. Like for you have no
That's
idea
wonderful.
for different things in my life as a child. Like my imagination was so big. You have no idea. But you know what? I could tell so many. Like my God, my head now is going for so many things that I dreamed as a child. But I'm gonna go with one that. I don't talk a lot, but was a dream that maybe I didn't realize how big it was at the time. It was just a dream that was a desire or something in my heart. Where I was born is a city with 6,000 people. So it was a very small town, very small. There was no theater, there's nothing. It was literally houses, supermarkets, the very basic church and very basic things in this very small town. And I've been with this passion about arts, about music, dance, and acting. They're always been part of me. And I remember once, so Brazil is like we have states and capital, and every capital is the biggest seat of every state. Yeah, at the capital. So there where you find the cinema, you find like theater, all of that. And sometimes I remember once there was a theater company, so I think they were going around the states doing some like workshop with schools with children, yeah. And I remember there was a poster in my school saying, "Would you like to become an actor? You need to participate this weekend in this project." I got home. I was, Mom, I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. And she took me, of course. She signed me up for it. So it was like a weekend workshop. Oh my God, I'm having goosebumps. Just remember that because it
Oh,
was
wow.
such a great. I remember that, and I remember. So I did. It was like workshop with children. We had different activity through the weekends and everything. I didn't know that what happened after my mom told me. So in the end of the workshop, I get emotional a little bit now because
Oh, that's beautiful.
anyway. So my mom she told me that they called her. My mom they called her and these three, I think was three actors professional. They called her in on the site and they asked her, so look, do you know anyone, a family member who lives in the capital? And she was like, actually, we don't know when. It was we didn't have much money at the time as well, so it was quite hard. She said, do you know why? Because I would love William to go to a big city because there's something about him that, oh my God, he's compared to all those childrens we've been through for this weekend. There's something about him that would love him to explore or to would love that. And she
Mm,
said, sadly, we can't afford, we don't know anyone, and we couldn't afford to let him to go to the bigger city. I say that it come across a sad story. Maybe at the time it was sad for my mom because there was something that she couldn't do anything about it. But
mm,
I never saw that as a sad thing because I love my life. I love where I am right now. And I
mm,
think, I love so much. I think everything happened for a reason. I'm so, I wouldn't change anything for
mm.
sure. But, so she told me that once. And as a child, I didn't even understand much. I was like, oh, really? They told that. But I didn't think as a bigger picture. I was just
Yeah.
happy that they said this comment. But for maybe for her, it was a bit sad to know
Yeah.
that there was something about me that she couldn't do anything about it because of money. We didn't have anyone. So yeah, so when I think based on your question, I think that was a dream at the time for me to maybe to become someone, or I want to be on the stage. I want to be with
Yeah.
people. When you're describing about connect with others, and of course, at the time, it was nothing that they could do about it. But the fact that they called my mom on the side and they said that, they said, oh my God, would love to work with him or to give him opportunity because there's something about him that stands out with all the children we worked, for this weekend. And so it's a sad situation, but it's a beautiful thing behind because
Yeah.
somehow I do the show and I'm so happy here, sitting here doing the show, that if I could choose going to a bigger city at the time, knowing that maybe in the future I wouldn't do the magic box, I would prefer to do the magic box because I love the show. I love sitting here and talking to people around the globe. That's the best William anyone can have, Nina. When I'm sitting
Wow.
here, the best of myself. So yeah, I love your question. You made me go back to my childhood memories, and that was a dream at the time. That it was a dream, but I didn't know how big this dream could be. You know what I mean? It was just in my heart. For example, I would love to be a ballet dancer at the time. My God, I think ballet is so beautiful. I think when I see a ballet, I said, my God. And as a child, that for me was a dream because I saw on TV the ballet. I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. They dancing, So everything for me about art, I was like, my eyes were shining when I was
Wow.
watching TV. So, so yeah, so I remember that very vivid, this moment. The workshop, I had this memory in the workshop, like, acting and talking and presenting. I remember such a nice time. I was maybe 7 year old or 6 year old, very young, a little boy. So yeah,
Yeah.
back to your question, that was one of my dreams. That's
Mm.
as a child to be an artist, like overall, let's say this way.
But I mean, what you're doing right now is also kind of art because you're
100%.
creating it.
100%. I'm doing a look. As I mentioned before, I wouldn't change anything for that because I think the magic box, it was written in my destiny there. This show is for me because I think I feel so great here, Nina. I feel so passionate when when you're acting, when you are doing, it's the same feeling when I'm here. Exactly the same feeling. So I feel the greatest because life takes you in direction that you're not expecting. It, goes around, and suddenly this magic box came to me, out of a run in the park, and when the idea came
Mhm.
along. And for me, it's like, wow, trust me, it's the best thing that happened to me in my life. And I have very beautiful things that happened to me, but I must say, the magic box is a place where I become a better person every day, and I express
Oh.
myself the way I am. Like, so I can talk for hours just about that.
Ah, that's beautiful. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, so yeah, back to your question. A dream that I had as a child is to be an artist and express myself through art. That's exactly what I want to go. Express myself through art. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's my dream as a child, for sure.
Nice, nice.
Did you
Thank
enjoy
you
the
so
interview?
much for sharing this.
Of course, of course. It's I'm sure you know very well. When, as I said in the beginning of the interview, when you have something in your heart, you
Mm.
cannot run away from it. It's just there. You know what I mean? You need to explore. You need to let people, the world, know about it. You need to put it out. You cannot keep inside because it's
Exactly.
about you. It's your essence. It's your spirit. It's your, you know,
Mm.
gift. So you need to explore it every single day the best way you can. So I get
Exactly.
it for sure. Did you enjoy the interview?
Very much. Thank you so much.
Thanks
You're
again for taking
really,
your time. Thanks for being so kind and so sweet. I love to see how much you enjoy your journey, being in different countries, different languages, your family, your son, and your husband. I think it's amazing to have people around us that we love and care
yeah.
and support us every day. So thanks again for taking your time for
Thank
this
you so
interview.
much for inviting me to this interview.
For sure. And before you go, if you can share a positive message, a positive quote, or anything that you live by.
Yes, that would be, I love this one very much, is probably many people know it, but I love it. It's do your best and God will do the rest.
I love it. Amazing.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
again. Thanks so much. Regards to your family and friends, and we keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Yes,
Okay.
it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your day.
Have a
Take care.
great day.
Bye
Bye.
bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.